I finally watched Kamen Rider Kuuga, the first heisei rider show. So, what are my thoughts? Well, let's first talk about the most strongest point of the show, the characters. Now, with the characters, they are all just extremely lovable and just great characters. Every character matters for the show. Now with Godai, he's an extremely lovable character where you just feel warm every time when he's on screen and you just can't help but smile. The best thing about Godai is his bonds with his friends, or a restaurant owner he calls Pops is a goat by the ways, or his sister, or the daycare kids, or even his daughter, or the people he meets along the way. Every side character matters in this show, and that's something I love about this show. Like Godai's teacher. He doesn't know why he does his job anymore, and he finds this note of this meeting, and he decides to go to it. And if Godai don't show up, he's going to quit his job. But hearing things about Godai and how he influenced Godai, he decides to stay the teacher, and he has a beautiful reunion with Godai. How he influenced Godai, I find so beautiful. See, his teacher always gave Godai a thumbs up, and this is what Godai does to everybody. I love the thumbs up thing because it just makes you feel safe and like everything is going to be okay. I also really like the fact Kuuga works with the cops. I think that's really interesting, and I love Godai's relationship with the cops. I especially love his friendship with Ichijo. Probably one of the best romances because it's so beautifully done. I love their friendship. Ichijo is a very well done character and just extremely likable. I like the fact we get to know so many things about Ichijo. We find out about his dad, we meet his mom. I like the fact he's so serious about his job. And one thing I do like is he's a character that's really serious and doesn't really smile very often, but there's a few characters that make him smile. Ichijo reminds me so much of Taki from the original Kamen Rider, and to me, Ichijo is the secondary rider in this show. Now, the Grungi are pretty interesting villains. I don't have a favorite, but one thing I find most interesting about them is how they affect humanity and the characters. We see characters scared to have a child, or people scared to do things, because what if the Grungi attacks? We even see people go through grief because they lost people because of the Grungi. I'd say this show does grief so very well. And when the Grungi goes after people, especially teenagers, those episodes are probably one of the best episodes, but they are so dark. And seeing people suffer, we see this affect Godai quite a lot in the show. Now, with the effects in the show, they are really good. I love Kuuga's design. He looks really cool, especially all his form changes. My favorite form of Kuuga is probably his ultimate final form. Just amazing looking. I especially like the Grungi's designs. They look amazing in this show. I especially love the fact that their mouths move. That was really surprising and is really well done. And the Gooba is also an amazing design for the final villain. Now, one thing I was really surprised about this show is how Kuuga is not called Kamen Rider in this show. He's only called Number 4. I actually really liked that. I also really liked the fact there was no secondary rider in this show. It was just Kuuga. So, my final thoughts on Kamen Rider Kuuga? Kamen Rider Kuuga is like an adventure. At first, it's a little slow, but as you go on, the people you get to know along the way, you get to see a beautiful story get told.